Yeah? 3, 2, 1. Today is Sunday the 2nd of February 2025, and you are my first interviewee for Found.
Ooh, that's a very deep question. Spiritually, who do I connect with? My ancestors, because I come from a belief system where we still believe that what makes us is our DNA, and that DNA emanates or come from our ancestors. I'm from Imo State of Nigeria.
How was it growing up?
Very, very nice place to grow up in. Yeah, it's quite nice to grow up in a village. The river was like something like about 20 minutes away from home, and we had to wake up in the morning about 5 o'clock in the morning to go fetch water because we have to go school because we never had any running waters, and you fetch water so that the family can have water to cook and wash.
I think being in that environment is really important. Where I grew up, or when I grew up, there was that, like, I mean, I don't know how much it's impactful now, but the postcode wars were completely rife. I didn't witness it firsthand, but I know that there was, especially growing up during school, there were things like robbings, stabbings. I mean, it's still going on now, but within school environments, and I think that kind of shapes you to kind of know that some people can go one way where they go, the complete negative way, or some people just go the positive way where you don't want to get involved in it, and it makes you basically like street smart without being from the street, let's say.
If I ever felt like there was something holding me back, it might have been like an individual or somebody or a process or a rule. If you have a lot of people in your life that culturally align with you, then it's very difficult to feel some type of way about certain type of things or think those things are like things that you weren't able to do or have because everybody else kind of had a similar experience.
There wasn't much cultural difference, you would say?
Yeah, like there wasn't many cultural differences. As you grow with people who have similar cultural upbringings and settings to you, you always tend to feel that like your experience is not unique. It's just like everyone else's around you.
As I pass through this life, I just have to accept what is thrown at me. Sometimes you sit back and digest and process it before you make a move, because anything could be thrown at you at any time. Because the way how the Windrush generation is being treated on this soil, it's not nice. Mom was a nurse. Dad was an accountant. I grew up the very early part of my life in Guyana. The most valuable part of my life was spent there. And my mom, she always encouraged us to be proactive, develop yourself, be what you want to be. Don't let nobody sway you.
I didn't feel like there was many boundaries in the time that I grew up. I think when you're young, you don't process it. I miss the 90s.
Bring that back. Bring back the 90s, man. Anything I miss, don't get me started. Bring back the 90s. I miss even like stuff that we did growing up. I'm not trying to go back to being a kid, but what I'm saying is like, family functions.
The era.
Yeah, just that whole era. I miss that. That's what I miss. If I could go back now as an adult,
You do it again.
damn, I had the time of my life. Because you know how it is today. A lot of kids don't go out. They're not part. I was like, I'm part of that generation that was the last set of kids that played out. And the summer, I spent most of my summers up here.
There was a way you guys lived.
Yeah.
Like the
for
concept of you
sure.
telling me that if you were meeting your friend and you had to go to a phone box.
Yeah.
Like, not saying it sounds
Sometimes you
like-
just have to rely on like agreeing to be at a place at a certain time. People were way more great. They were better with time then because
Yeah.
they had to be. And people will, to an extent, like, there will be some people that will see and understand and know. But like existing in a time like now, I don't know how people do it because I just look through it. I'm just here for vibes because I already lived the real life.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, I miss the 90s. That was for me the last of the golden era.
Yeah.
That's all.
They more live for today and not tomorrow. It's love don't exist now. It's more of a money and a grab. But I don't need to follow that because that's not me. I think in that area of my life, it's, as I say, being who you are and being content is very, very important.
I guess that's where I'm at. I'm in a space where I need to be able to trust myself, trust my gut, go with how I feel. And most importantly, just trust the journey. I think that's where I'm at. Things happen for a reason, whatever shape or form. You have to trust that that was meant to happen and that was meant to happen that way. So I think I'm in a process where I am trusting this journey and I am evolving in it and making this work.
It's good to know your inner side, It keeps you within your identity as to who you are.
I feel like no matter the environment you grow up in, it's down to you as a person on how you let that environment affect you and what you're going to do about it. Growing up in London, there's a lot going on, naturally. See, there's a lot of different cultures here. There's a lot of different beliefs. And I'm very much exposed to that in the sense of having friends and family integrated into that. There's certain things they may believe in that due to being friends with them or being close with them, I could let that affect me, negatively or positively, But I think it's down to me as a person to understanding what my morals and my beliefs are, or what I've been taught and grew up in, and know what's morally right and morally wrong, hence why I wouldn't be swayed by that.
You need to be open to understanding that people are different and they will like different things that you might not like, or you might be open to actually liking it in the end. I think it's important. I think it's important. We connect to each other because we're so open. I think that's the best way to put it.
I think that comes from growing and raising children in environments that are not like traditional or non-traditional environments. So you want to instill your culture and you want them to grow in a certain way and be raised to understand their culture and exist in a space that also isn't, directly parallel to the culture that we have.
Igbo people, we believe that we are very old on this planet. Not just believing, we know that we are one of the oldest, if not the oldest on the planet, because there are several things that we do that is all over the planet. There are artifacts to prove that Igbo people have been there or are still there. Mame water, we believe, is the spirit of the river or ocean. It's a mythical kind of figure.
Like a mermaid?
Yeah, mermaid, like a mermaid, what we would call mermaid here. That's Mame water. It is the mother of the river. Mame water. I miss my home terribly. Where I grew up, I could never go to the river to swim like that again with my mates. Obviously, we are all big people now.